All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, let me get myself on camera. It is I, Troy Graham, and I've returned with another episode of the Troy Graham Experience. So, just waiting for a few special guests to stop by. One Mr. Ahmad Muhammad-Jones, aka Mr. MOJO, future Umar champion. And we're also waiting for the champion maker himself, Marvin McDowell. So, while we wait, we can touch on a few subjects. I mean, to be honest with you, I said I really wasn't going to do too much boxing on this program, but Marvin and I go back a ways. So, hell, I'm cool with talking to him. And I got some other special guests coming on. But I was listening to Coach Malachi's show today. And it seems like one Mr. Deontay Wilder might be leaving the flock. And that flock is the PBC. Hold on a second, please. Yeah, hold on a second. Sorry about that. I'm getting a call and I don't want to. Okay, good people, good people. I have returned. I have returned. I just had to do something real quick while we wait for Mr. Marvin here. I thought that was him calling in, but he will be here momentarily, momentarily, momentarily. So we shall see. If I don't hear from him in the next few minutes, I'll give the brother a good call because sometimes, technical difficulties put a halt to the show, and I'm a one man. I'm Graham Central Station over here. Just to say that I'm Graham Central Station. So you know, I am the one that keeps all the lights on, so to speak. I handle the production. I handle everything, the art, the booking. That's all me. One man army. So yeah, man. So when everything's on your shoulders, you got to be strong enough to deal with whatever comes, right? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So right now we're just waiting for our guests to come on. But as I was stating before, right, one Mr. Deontay Wilder might be leaving the flock. That flock is the PBC. I guess his contract is up and he wants 20 mil to fight Andy Ruiz, aka one shot champion, Buster Douglas of this era, right? So my thing is this. Years ago, I said to a certain person on the boxing voice, I said, how you gonna stay in business, the PPC, if you don't want to work with other promotional companies? Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You are old MFer. You this the English language escapes a lot of these cats, right? It escapes them. Use a old decrepit mother. Just you lose their minds when they go on social media, right, Nestor? So, uh, he told me I was crazy, told me I was stupid. And I said, okay, well, let the future be my truth while you speak your nonsense right now. Nobody want to hear none of that that old BS, right? You gotta accept it. Yeah, it's not doing it. Okay, let me hit Marvin back real quick. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, that was Marvin. Marvin, same thing. I can't bring him up because he didn't accept the camera or the microphone. Now, where was I? Oh yes, Deontay Wilder leaving the flock, which is the PPC. And years ago, I saw the writing on the wall because how could you be one promotional company, just one, or whatever your title is, right? But you don't want to work with others. How do you expect to survive in business, the business of boxing, on any business if you don't work with anybody else? Because you don't have all the welterweights, you don't have all the middleweights, you don't have all the heavyweights, etc., etc., etc. So no one's going to really come to you all the time and say, "Hey, let's get some work in." No, you're going to have to reach out and meet someone. You have to reach out and meet someone in that special happy place that we all go to in a nice happy medium, right? And do business. That's the way business is done. You come to what's called a common ground. It's the same thing, Mom. Can't pull you up. Edit name. Maybe if I edit name. Oh, that ain't it. From studio, but no, it's doing the same thing. It's the same thing, Marvin. Let me text you. Same thing. It's doing the same thing. Okay, there it is. Yeah, Marvin's having the same problem. He can't pull him up because I don't know if he accepted the camera or the microphone or whatever have you. So I told him to call Mojo and just do a three-way with him. And so when Mojo logs on, he could talk through Mojo's phone while talking through his own phone. So that should settle that. We get the show on the road. So anything to get the show done, man. Nothing stops the show. Nothing. Nothing short of death. Will stop the show. Excuse me. That's what I get for not sleeping all damn day. But as they say, one boulder will not stop the show, or one monkey or whatever. I say boulder. I don't like monkey. But the show will go on and the show will keep happening. That's the way it's going to be. I stop for nothing. No, unless, of course, it's something very important. But as I was saying about this whole Deontay Wilder wants to leave PBC situation, I heard on Coach's show. Uh, I don't know how anybody can stay in business in this era and this sport of boxing when you don't want to work with others. I mean, if Oscar could work with Top Rank and work with anybody else, why can't why can't PBC do the same thing? Why can't they do the same thing? What's up, Major? And counterpunch boxing news. What I go on? What I go on? But yeah, so why can't they do the same thing and work with others? How you plan on staying in business? Because if there's no money in house or going into the house, where are you going to get the money from? Mm-hmm. You walked away from over $100 million. That was dumb. You told another fighter to walk away from a big payday. He did. Adrian Broner walked away from 40 million. That was dumb. It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all got to take the time, stop, and listen. But it doesn't seem like anybody's doing that at all. Everybody just come in and just everybody jumps into the pool head first, and you just go to everybody goes to their corner, and that's it. They're not going to meet in the middle unless something happens. That's what I don't get. Boxing is the business, so be about your business. Let me see if I can pull him up this time. Yes, stick of one person.
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm gonna go get Marvin. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. How you? All right, thank you.
All right. One
Good
sec.
to see you.
Good to see you too. He's gonna be happy I got him on.
Good, thank you.
Okay, hold on.
All right. Yeah, that's Marvin's lovely wife right there. She's a chef. She well, I'll let her tell you when she comes on again. What's the name of your business again?
Oh, the Big Bean Theory, where beans come true.
That's right. And you're a vegan, right?
I used to be.
You still okay? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I digress. I'm a farmer too.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, you have like a farm in your backyard, or do you actually have one of those urban farms in the city?
No, we turned our backyard. Marvin let me turn my backyard into a farm. So as a matter of fact, we had people coming over Saturday to do the work.
Okay, okay. Do you know Dr. Kozar?
No.
I think you do. I think Marvin might know him. He's an urban farmer.
Hmm.
Light skinned brother. He used to do he was trained by Professor Griff. He's from New York.
I might know him and just know him by face, but not by name. But anyway, without further ado,
Boom. Yeah.
Hey,
Marvin,
yeah,
got you.
yeah,
How you doing, man?
yeah, everything cool, man.
Yeah, man. Boy, you look sharp. You look sharp.
Yeah,
You were just waiting on Mr. Mojo, man. Know you been in touch with him?
I told him the time and everything, man.
Yeah, yeah. See what I'm drinking?
What's
Carrot
up?
juice. Carrot juice, man.
Oh,
I
okay.
like being small now, so I got to stay that way.
Yeah,
But yeah, so tell us. Well, let me introduce you first of all, because I'm guessing I should do that because not everybody knows you got to reintroduce yourself every time, right? So,
yes.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hold on. There goes Mr. Mojo right there, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. We was just talking bad about you. Nah, that was
Oh, can y'all hear me
all
pretty
right.
good?
All right. Well, let me go about introducing both of you. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, we have two special guests tonight. We have the future world champion himself, Mr. Ahmad Muhammad-Jones, aka Mojo.
Mojo.
Mojo. And then we
Mojo,
have his, huh?
that Mojo hand.
Yeah, and then we have his world known trainer. I call him the champion maker, Marvin McDowell from Umar Boxing. So it's up to one of y'all who wants to go first. I mean, why don't you go first, Mojo? Why don't you go first, and then Marvel come on behind you.
Okay.
And you got to tell them about your fight, tell them who you are,
All
how you got
right.
started in boxing,
Yeah, so my name is Ahmed Muhammad-Jones.
yeah, you got to speak up too, brother. Yes,
Oh, you can't really hear me? Can you hear me now? You hear me?
yes, sir.
Yeah, my name Ahmed Muhammad-Jones, aka Mojo. It's my boxing name. Been boxing for 10 plus years. Out of Umar Boxing Gym. I got into boxing. Um, what inspired me to box was this girl that I went to school with, Mia Killer B. And before I met her, I was training with my cousin and everything. But he gave me the money to sign up. So yeah, I mean, um,
Yeah,
I'm
because how
three
old
and
were you when
zero.
you first came to Umar? Were you like
About
10,
about thir- about 13,
13? Yeah, that's right.
13, 14. One of them. Um, I'm 3-0 with two knockouts as a professional. I'm looking to become 4-0 February 18th at Maryland Live Casino. The fight started at 6:30. Me and Coach Marvin still has tickets. So, anybody want to get tickets, you can hit me up or Coach Marvin. And yeah.
All right. And you didn't tell them the weight class you boxed in, brother.
Oh yeah, I'm a super lightweight, 140 pounder. Yeah.
Okay. And when you first started, how much did you weigh when you first got into it?
When I first got into it, I think my first weight class was about 130, 132, 132 pounds. I fought that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me this, man, because I remember you. from the age of like when you said 13, I used to come in there. You were a little shy when I first
Okay.
met you.
Yeah.
What did Coach Marvin do to pull all of that out of you? Because you're not shy no more. You give off this energy and
Um.
this light. What is that
Well,
gift that he has that pulls all
you
that out of
know,
you, man?
he give me motivation. Like as long as he's sure that I could do something, I know that I can do it. You know. So as long as I listen to him, I get the job done. Cause we both work together to get the job done. He might see something different. I might see something different. We just talk about it and come up with a good plan to execute. But he definitely let me know. He gives me confidence too. So
All
yeah.
right. Well, Coach Marvin McDowell, aka the champion maker. What you got on your mind tonight, sir?
Yeah, well, we getting ready for the fight, and I think it's going to be successful. As long as you listen. You know,
Hmm.
When's
that's
the
all.
fight, Marvin?
The fight is this Saturday at Maryland Live Casino. That's February the 18th. Yeah, I think it's going to be about maybe about 8 or 9 bouts on that card, and some of them are going to be for the ABF championship, American Boxing Federation championship. I think it's going to be like 3 title fights there.
And then after that, Mojo goes on first, or what's the
Yeah,
order?
probably be go first or second. You know, so if you're going to come, you got to get there early because I think they open up the doors at 6 o'clock, and the first bout probably start maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock.
So, what are your plans for this, for this young man in the future? Because I keep saying he's going to be, Umar champion and the
Yeah,
future champion maker.
like first of all, I like dealing with him because he listened and he got the equalizer. Like he got a little pop. He can punch a little bit. You know, so anything happen, he can really turn it around. He could be down and out, but he got that pop, and he can change things just like that.
Okay,
That's good.
now,
That's good to have something, an equalizer that'll change things at any time.
all right. Well, I got a question for you there, Mr. Mojo. When did you first realize that you had that difference maker, like your coach said?
Um.
Yeah, when did you
I
first?
mean, when did I first realize it?
Yeah, at what age or
I mean, I when I became a professional, because in the amateurs, I wasn't worried about knocking nobody out. I wasn't worried about throwing power shots, because you don't really have time to be trying to set up all those punches. You gotta throw 1,000 punches around to, to win an amateur bout. But being a pro, I can take my time more. I can set up the shots. The judge is not looking for who throwing the most punches. They looking for ring generalship, who's more in shape, who's more athletic, who's controlling the ring more, So like as I became a pro, like but not exactly as soon as I became a pro, but like when me and Coach Marvin, we work on a punch on the mitts, and he makes sure like I throw the right hand the way it's supposed to be thrown, with strength, speed, well with with strength, speed, and power.
now? Now, as far as your punching, right? Does it come natural, or you feel you got to wind up? Because you see some fighters, they got to, do the.
Nah,
You,
that's
you ever watch George
God.
Foreman fight, like the old fights
Yeah,
with George Foreman, where he comes from
yeah. My
Kansas with his punches and all that, right?
I think my punching power is God gifted. I think I think God gave me dynamite in my hands. Cause I don't know, man. I be hitting these dudes in sparring. Their heads be bobbling left or right.
You you you,
And
you ever hit anybody and you heard him? You don't hear that wind go out of them?
Now they hit some people in spawn. It, uh,
They had to take
yeah,
a break.
yeah, had to stop the sponsorship for a couple times. Yeah.
Okay, champion maker. Where do you see the young Mister Mojo in, let's say, in the next 3 years?
Well, in the next 3 years, I feel that he'll be a nice contender, maybe getting ready to fight for the world championship. That's what I think about him because if he listen and do what he's supposed to do, you know, anything can happen on the good side. But like, hey, he's a young guy, and sometimes you know the demons are around. You got to fight them off if this is what he really wanted, and we can become, we can do this thing together. And I can see him a contender and a future world champ if he stay on point.
All right, Mister Mojo. What do you want for yourself for, let's say, the next 3 years? Just after hearing that from your
Um,
coach, yeah.
I just wanna stay active, get build my record up. You know, within the next 2 to 3 fights, I want to fight for the ABF title belt. So that's one of my plans or my goals to get one of those belts. But just staying active. Getting the experience in the ring, and eventually, getting that fight with Scott where I could take off.
Okay, okay. So you said you fight at 135, right?
140 super
Oh,
lightweight.
140, 140. Okay. Throw a name out there for you in the future. What about one Mister Haney and one Mister Tank? That's your neighbor up there in B-Ball.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
when the time comes, we'll see what happens. We ain't calling nobody out,
Mm-hmm.
because
Nah.
they'll be there, I guess, when he get to where he's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll see what's up.
I actually met a cat on another panel. He's a young guy like you. I forgot. I think he has maybe two fights, and he's from out of Cincinnati, I believe, right? I think he's in the same weight class as you, and he said it's hard for him to find work because he's so fast and da 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 da. So I threw your name out there, and he said, "Well, if he's," and I told him if he's ever in Baltimore, just go see Marvin. Maybe I'll get some work in. I can't remember the cat's name though. Cannot
Hmm.
remember his name. He was on a different panel, but if someone comes knocking at your door up there in Umar Marvin, he say from Cincinnati, just know I sent him your way.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like the thing of it is, right, is that see a lot of people don't realize what sparring is all about. Sparring is working on your technique. You get a lot of guys in there, want to get there and spar, and they want to turn it into a fight. You know, that ain't a good sparring session. A good sparring session is not getting hurt. You know,
Right.
and working your technique and doing, see, boxing is repetitive, 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 repetitive. So you just keep doing things over and over again until you perfect it. Now, a lot of people think that they got to get out there and just knock each other heads off, and that's good work. That's not good work. That's dumb work because a lot of times you get hurt before the fight. You go in the fight injured, and then what's going to happen? You're going to get hurt more, you know. So that's what happened to a lot of these guys. They get a concussion in the spine, and then they go into the fight hurt, and a lot of times they lose their life. But like you have to have controlled sparring sessions, you know, to keep you around a lot longer. That fighting and stuff in the gym don't do no good for nobody. So I don't allow that crazy stuff.
Okay. Okay. Now, who have you who have you been working with, Mojo, as far as sparring and all that? Anybody that we would know?
I've been working with a couple local fighters from around the area. I'm working with a guy named, well, he fighting on the card. His name Joseph Easy. He fighting on the card. I'm working with Dominic Crowder, Doms
Okay.
Crowder. I've been working with Mac Allison.
And, you all from the
Uh,
same gym, or is he from a different
No, they
gym?
they they from different gyms.
Okay, okay,
yeah, so
okay. So yeah, does he? Do you travel with him as well, Marvin? You go to like DC, and I know for a while you were going to Cleveland a lot, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, well, like I say, it's good, to get this so-called good sparring. And see, a lot of times, man, you spar with people that's your same weight, and you wind up competing against them, and that's at a disadvantage. Like if you're going to spar with somebody, they're going to be at a lower weight class or a higher weight class. And it don't make any sense to teach somebody how to beat because
Yeah, I
eventually you're
got
going to
you.
meet up. You know, so what? Like I'm saying, sparring is working your technique and perfecting your technique. All that old crazy, slugging and turning people's head off and stuff, man. I don't allow that stuff, man. And because it don't make any sense. Like I say, a lot of people get hurt in the gym before the fight, and they get injured even worse when they go out there to compete because that hard, crazy work in the gym, which is really unnecessary.
Okay, so let me talk to Mr. Mojo real quick here. What would you say are your strengths, Mr. Mojo? And your weaknesses?
my
Well, no,
strength.
no, no. You just say your strengths. I don't want you to mention.
I don't think you
Yeah,
was going to hear that anyway.
yeah,
My
Y-
strengths,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can come back on camera if you want, man. Yeah.
all right, all right. Yeah, my strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got, I got good, boxing ability. I have a beautiful jab, and I have good footwork, and I'm quick, and my timing for punches is on point. So, and I'm thinking, and I can think real good in the ring.
Okay.
And
What about your?
and
You
he
said
has
your
a smart
timing.
corner.
Yeah,
Now, okay, I've seen Marvin train with them pads for damn near 20 years now. Would you say you got a
uh,
lot of that time in, working with him on the pads?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah, because
You
see,
know,
his style on the pads I like. It's not like he stands there and you look
right,
pretty on the pads. Because as you know, in a real fight, ain't nobody gonna stand in front of you and you go pop, pop, pop,
right,
pop, pop. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna
right.
do that nonsense.
We work. Rhythm. We use rhythm when we hit in the mitts and turn. We use angles. We turn, we move, defense, offense, back to defense. Sometimes we even hold each other. You know, so
Okay, well, you're still a young pup in the business. Tell us about those days where you're like, I really don't feel like it, but I'm going anyway. I'm going anyway. What fires
like
you up? What's your motivation that says that this is something I got to fight through and this is something I got to do?
sometimes. Well, I tell myself, um, success comes with preparation. So, in
And
order
you got
to
to
be
speak up a little for
successful,
me, brother.
success comes with preparation, and in order to be prepared, in order to be successful, I have to prepare for it. And in those days when I don't feel like it, turns out to be the best days.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let me get back to Marvin here. Marvin,
Yeah,
that's a champion right there, man. Mark my words. I'm
yeah,
telling you, I'm speaking it into truth for you. That's a champion right there.
yeah. Well,
That's a champion, man.
giving him a
Couple.
choice and a chance. He
That's
take
right.
that. He take that chance. He'll get it.
I
Yeah.
tell you what, man. When you win your championship, you come seek me out and buy me some carrot juice. Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you, man, because I remember you. I don't even know if you remember me, because I used to come in there with my three boys, right?
Uh-huh.
And used to be shy back then. I'd be like, Marvin, this kid is good, but he's so shy. And Marvin would be like, no, he ain't. Watch, watch, watch. Yeah, man. So it was good for you. So how do you balance life, fatherhood, and boxing now?
Um, I just stay focused in the gym and come home and enjoy my time with my family, and then you know and do it all over again. I make it a routine, and when I'm not getting, when I don't have like a date or anything, I still come to the gym, but I'm more at home with the family. So try to keep everything short, not not to do too much of anything. I don't party. I work at parties, but I don't party. I don't do no drinking or smoking or anything. So,
Well, we got a special guest here who wants to ask you some questions as well as you, Marvin. One Mister Bright Lights, Big City, I like to call him, Major Key Boxing. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Hey,
Hey,
Marvin, how
hey,
you doing,
baby.
big bro?
I'm good. How you
Everything
doing,
good?
bro? All
I'm
right.
how
chilling,
you
bro.
doing?
Yeah.
Chill, yeah, yeah. Salute to you, Ahmad. And you
Thank
working
you.
with a great trainer, man. And I apologize for not calling you over the holidays. What I'm saying? Because usually I do that. Well, I think we did speak to you actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke to you Thanksgiving, I think, maybe
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the rest, I was dealing with a lot of kids. I got 9 kids. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a busy guy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm a busy guy.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, man, I love supporting prospects, up and coming fighters. So, Mr. Jones, I'm listening to you right now, man. You know, the energy that I want to hear from you, right? I want to hear
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, so right now, so you started off because I think you asked this question previously, but I don't think I heard a clear answer. So yeah, what weight division are you at right now?
Super lightweight, 140 pounds.
Okay, so super light, and what do you see your potential as? Because I think you said you were 23, right?
Yeah, I'm still 23.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, yeah. I'm saying because
Oh,
you
okay.
started because yeah, because what they said was that you've been boxing for 10 years and you started off
Uh-huh.
at 13. So I the math is
Yeah.
23, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so with that being said, so what do you think? Because right now you probably getting into your man strength right now. You probably already in it, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
especially if you're knocking people out in sparring or hurting people,
Yeah.
I should say. You didn't say knocking, but yeah, it is what it is. What
Yeah.
happens in the gym stays in the gym, right? You
Yeah,
know
what
what I'm saying?
happens in the gym stays in the gym. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm not gonna, but at the end of the day, right? So what do you see a potential if you're doing that? Because, like for example, I'm cool with Nonito Donaire, and he
Mm-hmm.
actually the reason that he wanted to move up was because his work in sparring wasn't good enough for him, and he felt like he wanted to be contested a little more. So he kept on venturing up, right? And that's what a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people feel like when you're superior to your weight class, you start moving up. I'm not saying that that's the case for you right now because you're, just moving in. You're a
Right.
prospect. But what do you think? And then I'm gonna ask Marvin if you agree with him, or what do you see it as? Like, what do you guys see as the potential growth from now to potentially the end of your career?
Well, if for me, I want him to fight 135
Okay. So you
because
want him to start off at 135?
yeah, because of his height. Like he evens things out as far as his punching power, but for his height, he would be good lightweight. But he's muscular. So it might be kind of hard getting down to lightweight, but that's the ideal weight that I would like to see him at.
And so
Mhm.
the follow up question for Mr. Jones. So
Mm-hmm.
can like, do you see yourself also competing with these guys at 135, like losing, shedding off a couple of pounds to compete with them?
Yeah, I can see myself fighting at 135. I just have to maintain maintain my weight, after I fight because, you know, my I am muscular and it's just it might be, genetic, or I don't know, but I know my dad is, muscular, but I'm muscular, and like making 135 is, it'll be better if I stay around like, 145, in the
Okay.
145 range. But
Okay. But like
so I
in the future though too, like, and I'm sorry, Troy, because I gotta jump out to be honest with you. I just wanted to come in and
okay.
show some support real quick. You know what I'm saying? So all right, so 135 now that's a really competitive division, and then 140 is also becoming very competitive as well.
Yeah.
But moving through those divisions though, right? Let's say you
Mhm.
capture some championships and all of that. Like, what do you see your peak being throughout your career? Like, do you feel like that you stop growing in that, because if you're a muscular guy, adding on pounds but also keeping the speed, right? Because remember, you add more pounds,
Yeah.
you gotta maintain the speed too, right?
Right. Right.
So so how far do you think you might go with that?
Um, I can see myself fighting at 47. As long as the fight
47,
is
all right.
right.
so
Yeah, as long as the fight is right, the money is right,
so
and
three weights, okay, three weight divisions, all right. do,
yeah.
uh, do you see that too, Mr. McDowell?
Well, what I'm saying, I'm kind of open for what I see that works. You know what I'm saying? I'm a strategic guy, and and all all my stuff is for the best interest of him.
Of course.
Right.
You know? So if you know if I see certain things going on as far as the weight and all that stuff, and we get the right fights, whatever whatever needs to be done will be done.
Mhm.
All right. So you see the potential there, but you don't want to limit or set expectations. I got you. Like, that's smart. That's strategic.
Right. See, because first of all, you got to know what you have, and I pretty much know what I have. And what I'm saying, he has heart, he has skill, and if he really get in the click and start living the life of a boxer, you know, we can really do some good stuff. But I'm saying that sometimes, he might not know his own ability, you know. But I see his ability, and I know how far he can go. He just got to give us, and once we do that, and we both on the same page, man. No telling where he would end up.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Well, listen, gentlemen. Listen. I hope the best for you, brother. You know what I'm saying. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I support Troy Graham. I've had Mr. McDowell on. Well, Troy and I have had him on my channel plenty of times. You know what I'm saying. And I hope to have you over there one day as well. We'll be monitoring your career and all of that. So keep doing what you do, and you're gonna always get support. I like. Literally, I have my nephew that shows up to my channel. He's only 15 years old. All right, we got little video clips for him and everything like that. We support the youth. So and, right now you a pro, you 23. So it is what it is. And we're gonna support. We're gonna support. We're gonna support. So I hope the best for you, and I know you're in good hands with Mr. McDowell. You know what I'm saying? Umar Boxing Gym in the house. So with that being said, y'all have a great evening, and I'll be listening from the back.
Okay, thank you, thank
Hey,
Yes, sir.
thank you, brother. Okay,
you.
we have another special guest here for you here, Mr. Mojo. Huh?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Mojo. Yeah. Yeah, man, we got a special guest. I can't see her face, but I see the name.
Hello.
Auntie Robinson. You still there?
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
here.
yes, I'm still
Go,
here.
go ahead. It's all yours now. I told you, all I'm gonna do is turn on the lights and you're gonna go. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, let me just say I respect everything that Marvin is doing for my nephew because, some fighters are trained and some are just born to be fighters. And with Mojo, you have both. And the reason why you have both is because he was born to fight. Everything he does 100%. He's a fighter. And then with the training of Marvin, that gives him the other skills. So, I mean, the future is his. And it's just a great thing to see when you see a young man that's not coming from anything other than being always respectful, being always a family loving man, always supporting and always trying to uplift other people around him, always with a positive word. And I think that is something that we don't see a lot in our young fighters. But yet, Mojo has all of that energy all in one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. You got a lot of lovers. You got a lot of love around you there, brother Mojo, and you definitely have a lot of experience and support. So that's why I was speaking, that truth into purpose about you being a champion. Because if I didn't feel it, I wouldn't say it. And I know your coach believes it as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Give him a fighting chance.
Well,
Nah,
the
you got
coach
to.
and the family members, all of his family members, all of us, we know what he always have had him, and that's just the fight is just there. And see, when people
Yeah.
think of the word fight, they sometimes associate fighting with something negative. But this is not a negative. This is a positive because he's always fighting for a cause. You're always fighting for a reason, and this is to win. This is the show that no matter where you come from, where you start, that you can
Mhm.
become whatever it is you want to be. And my
Yeah.
nephew, Mojo, wants to be a champion, and so he shall be.
Let
Yes.
Mojo handle it.
Amen.
Receive it.
That's a T-shirt. That's a T-shirt or slogan, man. You should
Yeah.
copyright that and trademark that right there. Every time you go into the ring, you be throwing them T-shirts into the crowd. Let Mojo handle it. There you go.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could even turn it into a song for you, man. That's gonna be all right.
Uh-oh.
I don't know about all that, man.
I want to hear that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you guys say about all that, Mr. Mojo?
I appreciate, you know, all my family support and
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, you talking low again.
oh, my bad. No, I said I appreciate all my family's support, and they want the best for me, they see the best in me. They know I'm doing something right and I'm fighting for the, right purposes, because, they want to see me win, and I just have to work hard, train, believe, and stay disciplined and consistent. I get there. I get there.
Amen. That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
Those are the words consistent.
Yeah.
Simple and plain, right?
That's it.
Yes.
Simple and okay, Mr. Mojo. We all know you're young and you're talented right now.
Yeah.
You wanna share your diet. I know you ain't eating no junk food. You want some
Yeah.
type of diet and all that. So yeah.
He was
What's so
on
funny,
top.
Marvin?
Yeah.
Oh
Nah, but
yeah.
go ahead. Share your diet for all the other young fighters that might be listening.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, when I'm cutting weight for the fight, I don't eat. I eat less carbs. I don't eat no fried food. I drink a lot of water. Um, right now I'm on a liquid diet for the fight. Well, up until the weigh-in, so I can burn off that water weight. That's all it is. And then fight night, rehydrate. I mean, after the weigh-in, I rehydrate. So I don't eat a lot of fried food. I don't eat no chicken. I don't eat no fries, no rice, no chips, no candy. I limit. My favorite food is salmon. Like I love that. Like I love that. I can eat that 7 days a week, three
Yeah,
times a day.
you're a fish man. You should try
Yeah.
trout
So
too. That's pretty good, man. Now, as far as you're running, man, do you run uphill or you just run or you just go to the track and you do the sprinting and then the jogging, the sprinting and the jogging, or do you do uphill as well?
well, I mix my days up. You know, I like to when I do my miles. I like to do my miles. You know, I like to focus on getting the miles done. When I do my sprints, I like to focus on getting my sprints done. So, you know, I switch up my days. My workout routine. I usually run 3 miles Monday, and then I rest, come to the gym, work out, and then rest again on Tuesday. I run the hills. You know, I run the hills. The hills make me feel like I'm in the fight. You know, so I get that extra win, that extra gas. And then, you know, I rest, go to the gym. Then Wednesday, I run again, run 3 miles. Thursday, I'm back on the hills. Friday, miles, and Saturday and Sunday, I'm hitting the sprints. You know, so
Now,
that's my regimen.
okay, now you said you had what, 3 fights or 4 so far?
Well, three going on four.
Okay, yeah, you ever had a time in there where you heard your coach's voice and he's like, you had to dig it out. You just had to dig it out to finish the fight
Um,
because the person in front of you was taking your power and he was that tough.
so my coach know what to say, when to say it at the right time. You know, and it's like when I'm in that type of situation, it's like I hear him, and when I'm listening to him, you know, I get out that situation. And, you know, with his mind and my mind working together, you know, I know I get the job done because he sees stuff that I don't see, and I see stuff that he might not see. You know, so
Now,
sometimes.
when I was younger and I used to
Hmm.
box many years ago, right? I always said
Hmm.
that boxing called out to me. I didn't call out to it. You got to be a little bit crazy you want to get in that ring, right?
Right.
When you first got into it, did it call out to you, or did you just say, okay, it's something I want to try?
Well, when I first got into it, you know, I'm like Floyd Mayweather. He say I'm a perfectionist. You know, I'm a perfectionist myself. You know, whatever I put my mind to, I like to perfect it. That's why I'm good at any sport that I get in. You know, that I that I played. Like my first sport was baseball. You know, that was my first sport. Then I went to then I went to then I played football. You know, then it was basketball. Then it was basketball and cross country. Then it was boxing. You know, and that's where I found my mojo in boxing.
There you go. You sound like an all-around athlete right there, brother.
Yeah, I am. You know, I'm a jack of all trades, but my coach said a jack of all trades is a jack of none. So, you know,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just focused on
yeah,
boxing right now.
yeah, man. That's the old adage right there. Jack of all trade and master of nothing. That's right. He telling you right, man. He telling you right. He telling you right, man. So now, why don't you give us a look into your life, like on fight night? What do you actually do on fight night? What are the steps you take to get yourself in that ring?
Well, on fight night, on fight night, I'm focused. You know, I eat my food. I'm happy that I can eat. You know, I'm eating. I eat probably about 4 hours, a good meal with like 4 or 5 hours so it can digest, and then I eat light up until the fight. You know, I'm focused, just thinking about the right things to do. Doing, um, putting God first. Um, I'm just focused. Basically, yeah.
All right, brother. All right. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna pass it on here to Mr. Champion Maker. You know, tell us what you
Yeah.
do on fight night there, coach, from a coach's point of view. How do you get yourself ready and set, to have your fighter on his A game?
Well, the thing of it is, I'm fighting too. You know, so I'm thinking about the strategies, and making sure that he's in the right mind and right mood. To go out there and do what he's supposed to do. You know, you know, I can wrap hands and all that stuff, but I don't like doing. I just like just concentrate on what we're going to do. and how we're going to do it. And just going there with that winning attitude. And see, my job as a trainer is to outsmart the corner, you know. And a lot of times, the corners are the ones that win the fight, you know, if they're giving the fighter the right information. So, my job is to counter whatever's in front of him. When he come back to that corner and sit down for the next round, I got a minute to give him a strategy, and give him something that he can go out there and win that fight with. You know, anybody can, be a cheerleader. Holler, hey, get on him, get on him, get on him, work this and do that. But I'm saying you got to have something specific for your fighter to do that that will win. You got to give him a strategy. Uh, go out there and let me see you do two jabs and step around with right hand, left hook. You got to give him something direct to do. And once he believe in you and follow what you ask him to do, you can win, because the trainer is your outside eyes, stuff that you can't see. And if you believe in your trainer and listen to your trainer,
And
you
I
really
think
can, really, really can, guide him through.
right,
I got a saying, right? I can take him through hell and back, and all he has is like a little scorch somewhere. He listen, you know.
He's
So
not gonna get touched, basically.
that's
He's
right,
not gonna get touched.
right.
Now,
right, and oh good.
no, 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 no. You go ahead, Mojo. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, and what he was saying about him got me through hell and back, like every time, I look back on, you know, my couple tough fights, like my last fight, and maybe the fight before, because my second fight was like the dude was awkward, like he was scared to throw a punch. And then when he threw the punch, he let off a couple furries. But coach said, "Go to the body, Mojo. Go to the body." I was ripping that body up, and the body broke me in the head. And eventually, I knocked him. I got a TKO in the fourth round because he turned his back, and I threw the right hand. And the referee stopped the fight because I guess the dude quit. Or he didn't wanna take no more punishment. And then my last fight, I know that I have to listen to my coaches more, because I mean, even though I seen something in the ring at the moment, I went and tried to go for it, and it didn't happen as expected, So, later throughout the rounds, my coach was I was moving around. The dude was awkward too, but he was hungry, he wanted to win. So when I'm working my jab, coach said, throw a 1-2. I throw the 1-2 straight down the fight. Turn. He's like, make sure you turn, because sometimes you be so caught up in a fight that you forget to do the little things that matter or cut the ring off. A lot of fighters, they forget to cut the ring off. A lot of fighters move to the left too much, move to the right too much. They moving back and straight up. So when it comes to those types of little adjustments, I like to listen to what my coach is saying, you know, in order to make the fight easier, because you'll make the fight easier if you doing what you're supposed to do and also listening to your corner, and going into this fight, that's one of my main focuses, to hear my coaches out, make sure that I can hear their voice, don't zone them out, because when we hit that big stage, everything just get quiet and it's just you and him. But you still got your corner right there, so you don't want to zone them out. So that's my big, like, listening to my corner and doing what I do best. You know, that's to get that even that might get you that might get the fight done with quick. You listen to your corner, especially if they see something that you don't see,
Yeah, it
and
sounds like
yours
you and
and
Marvin
yours.
have I'm gonna go old school on you, so you might not know exactly what I'm talking about, but you can always check him out online. Okay, now Joe Lewis, his trainer was Jack Blackburn, right, Marvin?
Right.
Right. And they had this kind of relationship similar to you and Marvin, but Jack was let's just say heavy handed when it comes to Joe. And Joe could pretty much close his eyes and tell you what to do and all that, learning from Jack Blackburn. It sounds like you almost there with Marvin, man.
Yeah,
You close your eyes and
cause
just listen, and you two work on the same. You two kind of are on the same type of level, and you give off the same energy. He
That's
feeds you, and you flow with it.
yeah.
Same frequency.
What gives him the confidence and the belief is that when he do what I ask him to do, it works. See, I can
right.
see if I tell him something and he tried and it fails, but everything that I tell him to do and he does it and it works. So like I say, my job is to counter any and everything that's in front of him to have an answer for him. And when he come back to that corner, I have an answer for him. When he go out there and do it, and he see it works. So that gives him the confidence and the belief that I do know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I tell you what, Mr. Mojo, what you have here, and I want you to hear me out here. What you have here is something special. Both of you are, as I said, give off the same type of energy, and that's that's what makes some people good, better, and great. So right now you're good. In the future you're gonna be better, and before you realize it, you're gonna be living your dreams because you're gonna be great. Because all I hear from you is that you're listening to Marvin. I've been around 20 years, and I've listened to him, and he's well with some stuff. He was
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
he ain't telling me nothing wrong.
that's
You
right.
have to be crazy if you think it ain't gonna work. Cause even this is not just happening in the pros, and it just ain't happened overnight. Like, I've been in situations that I was like, damn, what am I gonna do? I caught, he
Mm-hmm.
gave me a combination. I throw it in the amateurs, and it worked. So he helped me get through a couple of my amateur fights that I thought I was gonna lose.
I remember when you won your Golden Gloves, right? Did you
Yeah,
win the Golden
close.
Gloves?
I got close to winning it.
Did you? Okay. Well,
Yeah, I was fighting a guy that had experience that had already won the Golden Gloves
okay.
before, so he knew. I made it to the championship Golden Gloves my first year of of, of boxing.
And that was what Palmer
That
Park,
was that was
No,
of
Rosecroft.
Rosecroft. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we got 2 minutes left, right? So I want to start with you, Mr. Mojo. You give out any social media contacts you want to give out. Same thing
Um,
with you, brother Marvin,
Yeah.
and the same thing with you there, Miss Robinson. If you have any social media contacts, and we'll start with Mr. Mojo. How do they reach you if they want to see you fight, get tickets, or you do
so
T-shirts and hoodies too, right?
yes, I do.
Okay, we'll give all that
So
information now,
you can my
and you got to
Instagram
speak up
is
so everybody can hear you.
oh yeah, my Instagram is Team Mojo. It's TEAMOJ0. You can text me on there for any tickets or and my merch collection is Team Mojo. Well, www.teammojo.shop. It's www.teammojo.shop, and I got some shirts on there. If you bought a ticket, the shirts are 25% off, and the prices for the hoodies are also on there, but the hoodies are a limited stock, you know. But yeah, that's my information. Yeah. Hello.
I'm sorry, I was on
Uh,
mute, Marvin. But yeah, the same thing. How did they go about getting tickets for the fight on the 18th? And if they wanted to contact you to come about start training at the gym, how would they go about doing that?
Okay. Well, my Facebook page is Umar Marvin McDowell, and my Instagram is Umar Marvin. And
You might want to spell that for some because a lot of people might be asking how to spell Umar. So go and spell that.
Umar is Umar. 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 Marvin McDowell. That's my Facebook page. And Umar, Umar Marvin is my Instagram. And I can be reached at 410-808-1964. If you want to get some tickets. And we were located at 1217 West North Avenue. That's the Umar Boxing Program, 1217 West North Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21217.
Now, I could be wrong, but aren't you a landmark now? Because you've been around for what, 30 years, Marvin?
Not quite 30, got
Not
27.
quite. Okay, okay.
Well, if I can have any words, mine would be to come out and support Mojo. However soft spoken he is, the fire is raging inside of him, and he is going to give you a knockout. You're going to see a performance. You're going to see a fight of the night. He's going to give you the excitement, the joy, the stand up, the cheer for him. So come out to his fight, support Mojo, and please have a great day with him.
Let Mojo handle it.
I tell you what,
Let Mojo handle it.
all I can say is
Yes.
hallelujah, Mojo.
Yes.
Man, you should let your auntie walk you out every fight. Just have her say,
Yeah.
What's that saying again, auntie? What's that saying?
Oh,
Huh?
let Mojo handle it.
Let Mojo handle it. That's all. That's all
Let
she got to
Mojo
say.
handle it.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is gonna bring the fire.
Yes,
It's, it's, it's,
sir.
it's a joy to see him fight because of the excitement of the people that
Yeah,
he gets them off their feet. And that's what you want to go to a fight to see, the excitement.
Right.
You want to see a real fight, you come
Yeah. I'm
see
not a.
Mojo.
And
I'm not a.
Mojo gonna
I'm.
handle it.
that's
Right.
right.
I'm
And
not a
Mojo
born.
gonna
I'm
handle
not
it.
a born. I'm not a born fighter. So
Yes,
Not
I
you
at
don't just be
all.
No,
in.
not at
yes,
all.
you
Not
I'm
at
Not
in
at all.
all.
there
Not at all.
just. I'm not in there just to throw the jab. I'm gonna let y'all know
all
that
his
now.
fights are exciting.
I'm trying to
There they
knock
are.
somebody head
There's
off.
the-
Let Mojo handle it. Come on out. Enjoy.
I tell
All
you
right.
what, man, you're blessed, man. You're blessed and you're surrounded by a lot of love. I don't see anything but goodness and greatness coming your way. And that being said, let me thank everybody
Mm.
for coming out to the Troy Graham Experience. I want to start with thanking Mr. Mojo over here, aka
Thank you. Thank
Ahmad
you.
Muhammad-Jones. No, yes, thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
I'm gonna start, and then I'm gonna thank the champion maker, Marvin
Yeah.
McDowell.
Hey, Mojo, my wife said, hey,
Yeah.
man,
Tell her I say hi. Tell her I say
said she
hi.
want to take pictures with you. I
There
Okay.
don't
you
know
go.
why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. I want to give a shout out to Patricia's Place. It's for mental health facility. They help you um for like things you're going through in life. And I want to give a shout out to Gold Guard Security. They help with security. You could get your handgun qualification license, your wearing carry permit. And I want to give a shout out to the Oasis Baltimore. It's a club. You can have parties or events there. So, and I want to give a shout out to Coach Marvin, and I want to
Yeah.
give a shout out to my aunt Jermaine. I want to give a shout out to Jeter Promotions for having me on the card.
Yeah.
For a fourth time, and I want to give a shout out to you for having me on your show. Thank you.
Yep, the
I
Troy Graham
appreciate it.
Experience, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank
Yes.
you. We definitely appreciate you coming. So,
You're welcome.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna turn off the lights and shut it down for the night. But hey, let me say this. Let me say this before we all leave. In that young man you have right there, I believe he's experienced beyond his years, and you are looking at a champion before he even was crowned a champion. So keep on watching and following Mr. Mojo, aka Ahmad Muhammad-Jones. If you haven't went to his Facebook and liked it yet or followed him on IG, do so because he is going to do some great things and You don't want to jump on the bandwagon after the fact. You want to say that, you were there while he was coming up and you saw the greatness.
Oh, I got my last thing to say, man. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Let Mojo
Mojo
holler.
handle it.
I knew you
Yes,
were going to say
yes, yes.
that. All
All
Yeah.
right,
right.
guys. All right.
All
Blessed up
right.
to one and all, man. Y'all have a good night.
All
All
right,
right. You
man.
too.
All right.
All
Thank you
right.
again,
Peace.
Marvin.
All
Thank you,
right.
everybody.
All
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 right,
right.
right.
man.
See y'all. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Peace.
All right. I couldn't leave without thanking the chat. So let me thank the chat. Counter Punch Boxing, Major Key Boxing, Yardie Belly TV. Big up yourself. Khan, Shaunery, ladies of ITAC Russia, and just ITAC period, man. You're very supportive. And believe me, a brother respects that. And, hey, trust me, I appreciate it as well. I appreciate it as well. You know? And we got Andrew Charles. That's right. Came out. Well, how you been? And I'm gonna mess this name up, so you gotta forgive me. Felicino, Feliciano. Can't pronounce your name, but I can spell pretty well. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. Rolling with the punches. Thank you for coming out. And just thank everybody that's watching, whether it be on Facebook, I talk and any other place I posted this to your phone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely appreciate the support and love. And I will see you again on the 17th, unless I come back sooner than that. But I will see you again on the 17th. Bless up and big up yourself. And thank you for giving me the most important thing you could give me, which is what? Your time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.